Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Seinarukana with me, Phantom Zwei. So, when we last left off, well, we'd arrived on a world much like Earth, but doesn't seem like it is Earth, so let's see what's going on. We're not absolutely sure of that yet, but from what they've said, it seems like the logical conclusion. Zetsu, Naya, and the others got to the cafeteria while we were talking with the students. We tell them what we know.
ここは望むくんたちがいた世界から分裂した鏡写しみたいな世界なのかもね。
写しの世界ということですか？
うん。時間樹内にある分子世界は何度も分裂や結合を繰り返し、絶えず世界の数を変化させている。無数の分子の中ではこのようなケースもあり得るということ。誰かが意図してやっているのではなく、分子が生じた状況や時間軸によって自然とそうなってしまうケースが多いようじゃ。
If you say so. Then there's a bunch of worlds that look exactly the same as the one that we're from?
可能性はないわけではない。すべての時間軸を調べるのはとてつもない時間がかかるから確証はないがな。
世界が一変してしまうような要素があれば全く違う世界が枝分かれするし、逆にほんのわずかな差異であれば今回のような世界が生まれるということだ。
でもまあ、数ある分子世界の中で自分の住んでいた世界とそっくりな世界に来れるなんて幸運と言うべきね。めったにできない体験よ。
Maybe, but I wouldn't call this luck.
そうじゃな。わらわも魔法の世界を映した世界に一度行ってみたいものじゃが、面白みもなくてがっかりするかもしれん。
A copy world, huh?
まあ、できる限り早く体制を整えてから調査に入るのが最善じゃろう。ところで望みの様子はどうじゃ？
Nozomi's sitting right next to me. She blankly stares back at Naya. She still hasn't said a word, but has stuck by my side the whole time, like it's where she belongs. Right now, she's eating silently. She looks just like a regular, quiet, meek girl.
ああ、そこは僕の席だったのに、望みに取られた。本能的なものでしょうか。子が親を求めるような。
なるほど。望むくんに懐いているのね。
Little baby bird Nozomi. Come on, she's not a dog.
ま、しばらく頼むわね、望みちゃんのこと。
I know that. Man. Looks like I'm the only one who's going to be taking care of her. Well, if she's going to be stuck to me, nobody else can do much of anything. I'll think about things later and just concentrate on eating for now. Copy world, huh? Exactly the same. What is the time tree to create worlds like this? Jacita's wrong, though. It's not lucky that we're here. Just when we thought we were finally home, it ended up only being a world that looked the same. Who knows how long we'll be here? Everyone's pretty tired of traveling and fighting, so it could be a while. I wish we were already on our way back to the Sephiroth. I'm worried about Satsuki and Salez. Nozomi's standing there when I turn around. She's really following me wherever I go. Could you wait out here for a minute? I'm standing outside the bathroom, and she's still right on my heels. Did you hear me? I step into the bathroom, but she walks right in after me like it's nothing. Come on, I have to go to the bathroom. Do you understand that? No point saying anything, huh?
諦めるしかないな。どうせ我もいるのだ。ギャラリーが一人増えたところで変わらないだろう。
That is wrong in so many ways. I don't even know where to start. It's no use. After I check to make sure nobody's around, I head to the bathroom with her in tow. I really don't want people talking about this. Come on, Nozomi. Not so close. Get back. Don't peek. Hey!
なんだ？何かあったのか？
Don't do the same thing as her. Awkward. I'm exhausted. Nozomi, please just go back to normal. She looks down at me sprawled out on my bed. The way she's sitting is sort of polite, I guess, but entirely the wrong place. Following me even into my room. How am I supposed to bring her back? I don't think it's just amnesia. Actually, I feel like someone told me something, but I forgot it with everything going on. Does he really not remember them talking about fame at all? If I remember right, that girl in my dream, Narukana, she said that Nozomi would be famed for a while, didn't she? There you go! I knew you could do it, Nozomu. Does that have something to do with what's going on with her now, herp-a-derp? Maybe she knows more about it, but I have no idea where to find her. It's not like I can go meet her in my dreams either. I'm stumped. Oh, maybe she'll show up again. It's a little early, but I guess I can go to bed. Who was I saying that to? I start getting ready for bed anyway. Nozomi, though, just keeps quietly watching me. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sleep if she does this all night. Besides, my head's still kind of a mess. I'm really not very tired. Can I ask you to go to your room? Or I guess there's no point, is there? Shinsuke calls to me from outside. I guess maybe the some hot water will make me feel better. Hold on a minute. Does he really obviously not see the natural conclusion of where this is going to go? I mean, I quickly grab some stuff and head off to the locker rooms with him.
なんで長峰が更衣室にいるんだ。
着替え覗くな。そんな大胆すぎる。
望む、追い出してくれ。ここは男たちの聖域なんだ。
She won't listen to me. Just ignore her.
だったらいっそ一緒に女子の方に突撃してこい。そして戦利品を俺たちに。
Yeah, right. I was driven away. So this is how it's going to be? I just wander the halls after being chased out of the boys' locker room. I guess all I can do is wait until it's late and nobody else is around. I know there's no point blaming Nozomi. Please, go back to normal, Nozomi.
どうした？ため息などついて。
長峰に苦労させられてるようだな。
Well, something like that. Yeah, it's been tough.
時間が経てば良くなりますよ。それまでは望むくんが世話してあげないと。
They're looking at this optimistically. While it's kind of comforting to have her following me around, I can't ever relax with her right there. I really want her to get better quickly.
望む、モノベイはしばらくこの近くの森に隠すことにしたぞ。この世界の住人にこれが発見されれば大事じゃからな。
Okay. By the way, how long are we staying here?
やはりもう一度理想館に戻りたいか？
Obviously. We left Satsuki there. Salas too.
気持ちはわかるが、しばらく待つのじゃ。こちらの状況も無視してはおれん。
I know. Everyone's more exhausted than usual from that last fight. If we rush back in and attack, we've got no chance of winning.
学生たちも心配だし、望むくんだって結構疲れてるように見えるよ。
I'm fine.
そうはいかん。望むは我が旅団の要じゃ。倒れられても困る。
ああ、自分の役割を自覚しろ。なんだかんだ言っても、お前はみんなの団結の要になってるんだ。
I see. Then I can't fall.
取り乱していたらとも思っていたが、予想以上に望むが冷静で安堵したぞ。
タリアさんなんかは今すぐにでもサレスを助けに行くって言ってたからね。
Oh, well, she's attached to him.
確かに。俺にはあんな男のどこがいいんだかわからないが。
Salas is a pretty smooth operator.
厳しいの。人望があるとは思うが、それとも男としては面白くないのか？
Yeah, he's not cute at all. I mean, come on. Where's the waifu material? In Salas, right? Right, Zetsu?
冗談だ。本気に受け取るな。
Leaving me out to dry, Zetsu.
冗談じゃったのか。わかりにくいの。
Anyway, I'm calling it a night.
うん。あとはわらわたちがやっておくから安心して休むがよい。
See you. I collapse onto my bed and look up at the ceiling in the darkness. Nozomi's laying right next to me like she belongs here. Is she really going to spend the night like this? Maybe if I can find that Narukana girl, I'll get a clue on how to bring her back to normal. But where is she? Nozomi, can you use a bed? Still no response. I'm sleeping here. You sleep over there. Hopeless. Come on, lay down. I lead her every step of the way, gently guiding her down onto the bed. It's like dealing with a really big baby. Alright, good night. I wrap myself up in a spare blanket and lay down next to her. I can feel her still watching me, even in the darkness. After a while, though, her breathing slows. It sounds like she's asleep. With a sigh of relief, I drift off to sleep too. After Monobe left, the overflowing light in the Sephiroth began to fade. The black light disappeared, and silence returned. Sales stands amid the stillness, lost in thought.
ナルカマナの影響もひとまずは沈静化したか。
He thinks hard as he looks at what's going on around him.
エトカリファとの接続が改変されている。これもやはり彼らの計画のうちか。ならばおそらく奴らはこのナルカマナも戦いに利用するつもりだろうな。
He puts his hand on the door that separates the log sector from the Sephiroth. He can't tell what's going on inside, but he knows Satsuki is in there.
今しばらくの辛抱だ。
He mutters quietly, and then leaves. A strange distortion appears in the core of the Sephiroth. Sales nods in satisfaction. He looks up into the sky.
しかしこれほどのものとはな。
He begins to look anxious as he thinks things over. But nobody else is there to ask him what's wrong. The evening sky spreads off into the distance. Without even realizing it, I wander up to the roof. I know this site. Or rather, I was just here yesterday.
まだなの？
Narukana appears suddenly.
待ちくたびれちゃったよ。
But we just met yesterday, and I have no idea where she even is.
私は近くにいるよ。っていうか、そのために写しの世界に来たんじゃないの？
Is she gonna be in the copy of the school up on this roof? I mean, given what we're seeing here now, I assume that has to be it, right? Didn't we get here by accident? If she's nearby, though, I want to see her right away. There's stuff I want to ask her.
長峰のぞみのことでしょ？彼女は今どうしてる？
Narukana seems kind of like an analog to how Tokimi was in Asalia the Eternal, to me, and in terms of kind of how she's a pretty plot critical character that we're not meeting till this deep into the game. I mean, you did, spoiler alert, I guess if you haven't played Asalia the Eternal, you don't know who she is anyway, but you didn't meet Tokimi until, well, you met her early in the game, but then you didn't see her again, rather, until very late in the game. So, I don't know. And, like Tokimi, seems like she's a very important character. Sleeping in my room.
心配しないで。私が必ずのぞみに合わせてあげるから。
She sticks out her chest proudly. It'd be nice if that confidence was based on something. But if it's not...
すぐに来て。ここは退屈なの。待ってるわよ。
Here? The dream world? She disappears like dust being blown in the wind. I don't know who that mysterious girl is, or what she's up to. I stare at her as she disappears. Morning already? It doesn't feel like I've slept at all. Maybe it's all the stress. Nozomi suddenly appears right in front of me. Whoa! Don't scare me like that! I quickly jump out of bed. She looks just as uninterested as before. Her expression never changes, so I have no clue what she's thinking about at all. Still like this, huh? I get up to wash my face. I wonder if breakfast's ready. They might still all be asleep. I think about my dream last night. Narukana's probably on this world. We didn't land here by accident. Did she call us here? I have no idea who she is, but if she can appear in people's dreams, then she's probably capable of leading us here. Whatever. Anyway, we should search this world. It's not like we've got any other leads. Nozomi, we might be able to get you back to normal sooner than we thought. No response, as usual. Huh? What's the matter? She's staring at my desk. There's an envelope that I don't remember being there before. Did someone leave this here? Nothing's written on it either. There's just a single piece of paper inside. The handwriting looks familiar, though. Nozomi? I quickly read the letter. Dear Nozomu, I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I know I'm like a doll right now, but don't worry. I can hear everything you're saying. Oh? She hasn't reacted at all. I wasn't sure she could even understand. Hold on. When did she write this?
のぞむちゃんも経験があると思うけど、今の私は私の中にいた別の人格に支配されてるの。総国の力が覚醒しちゃって。それで私の意志は彼女に操られちゃった。彼女ってのは管理神たちが言ってたファイムのことよ。よくわかんないんだけど、私の前世の人格みたい。それが私の中に残ってたらしいの。
I felt that too. The huge thing sleeping inside of me. And now it's taken her over.
のぞむちゃんが眠っている間は、ほんの少しだけ私の意識が取り戻せるみたいなの。よくわかんないんだけど、とりあえずこの手紙はその時に書きました。だけど動けるのはほんのわずかな時間だけみたい。だから今回の手紙はここまでだけど、心配しないで。いつか必ず戻ってくるから。
The handwriting is sloppy towards the end. She was probably starting to lose consciousness then. I can see how hurried she was from the rough scrawling.
それじゃあまた手紙出すね。ちゃんとご飯食べるんだよ。
Oh, excuse me.
A little sleepy over here. She's still as naggy as always.
そうそう、言い忘れてたことがあった。さつき先輩もサレスさんもまだ理想館にいると思うけど、二人は大丈夫だから焦らないで。あと、私を信じてくれてありがとう。またいつかのぞむちゃんと会える日を楽しみにしてるね。 PS トイレとかお風呂とかはどうにかして頑張ってね。体は動かせないけど見えるし聞こえるから恥ずかしくてたまらないよ。
That's really out of our hands. Anyway, it's a relief to know she's okay. Her letter didn't seem particularly sad either, although maybe that's just because it was written down instead of her talking directly to me. You'll always be with me, right? She stares at me, eyes empty just like a doll. After a moment, she nods. Thank you. I tap her on the forehead playfully. Morning. Everyone's here?
おはよう。のぞみも一緒？
Yeah. I nod over my shoulder to where she's standing behind me.
のぞむ、どうしました？昨日に比べて随分と晴れやかな表情をしていますが。
Naya, and everyone else, I have something to tell you.
なんじゃ。
I met this girl in my dreams. Her name's Narukana. I tell them about how she came into my dreams. She seems to know why Nozomi's lost herself. I also tell them that she's apparently somewhere in this world.
ナルカナさん、なんだか素敵な名前ですね。
それでそのナルカナってやつを探せば望みは元に戻るのか。
I can't say for sure, but think there's a good chance.
そうね。今の私たちじゃどうすることもできないしね。
そのものはどこにおるのじゃ？写しの世界といってもとてつもなく広いぞ。
I think there's a reason we landed here. So if we go out looking, we'll find her.
砂漠で格子を拾うような話ね。
Yeah, but I think she left the needle somewhere that we'll be able to find it. I'm not sure of it, but I'm going to look even if you're all against it. It's for Nozomi. Searching the entire world is a small price. But it'd still be a lot easier if they'd all help.
私は構いませんよ。望むを信じます。
まあ当然だな。放ってはおけない。
僕もそのナルカナって子を探すの手伝うよ。どうせ外に出てみたかったし。
Thanks, but this isn't for fun.
ちょっとぐらいいいじゃん。
どのみちここに閉じこもっておっても状況は変わらんだろうな。わらわも望むに賛成じゃ。
And yet, yesterday, when they spoke in the student council room, you were totally against it. But suddenly the next day, we're all for it. Whatever.
じゃあ俺も賛成だな。たまには頭を使うのもいいだろう。
しょうがないわね。別の方法があるわけでもないし。
They don't all accept my story, that my story is real, but we don't have any other leads. Okay, then let's split up and go looking for any information.
はい、遠足だ。
遠足じゃないって。まずは酒場で情報収集から始めないと。
酒場へ行くの？だったら私も同行するわ。
I'm a little worried given everyone's personality quirks. But this is to save someone important. We have to move forward. I go out into the city with Riptuna, but I'm already stuck sighing about that decision. She's not only interested in all the things that are new to her, but also feels the need to touch every single one of them. Sometimes even people. Oh no. Unsurprisingly, they usually get mad at her. Hey, Riptuna, do you remember what we're out here to do? Man, I can't read now. Do you remember what we're out here for?
もちろんわかってるよ。変な女の子を探すんでしょ？
Wrong. Nozomi's still not saying anything, but she watches Riptuna with what I guess is some interest as she runs all over. But Riptuna won't listen to me, no matter how many times I try to rein her in. I've pretty much given up. I should think about where to search for now.
ねえねえ、望む。これ綺麗だよ。何なのかな？
Remy, where do you think we should look?
我はまずその女の格好などでも良いから探す場所に当たりをつけてみるべきだと思うぞ。
You're right. We're not going to find anything unless we get searching.
ねえ、望む。とっても綺麗なんだよ。
Yes, it's beautiful. She's wearing the same uniform as us.
ならば、まさか犯人は我らの中に？
She's a criminal? I doubt that. Were there any other clues? The rooftop.
のぞみ、望むって不愛想だよね。全然ノリ悪いもん。
Hey, don't just blurt things out.
無視する方が悪いもん。ほら、のぞみだって望むが悪いって言ってる。
She didn't say anything.
言ってるよ。ねえ、のぞみ、あれを見に行こう。
Hey! Man, whatever.
まあ、仕方ないな。少し付き合ってやれば落ち着くだろ。
I guess. If I try to force her, she'll just dig in. All I can do is wait for her to settle down on her own. Reptuna goes running off, pulling Nozomi along behind her. I follow along leisurely, but keep them in sight.
なになにこの匂いすっごい美味しそうねえのぞみ食べてみたくないわあこの服スケスケだ恥ずかしくないのかなのぞみはああいう服を持ってるの
Reptuna drags Nozomi from store to store. But on the other hand, Reptuna's innocent excitement is a good match for Nozomi not being all there. I hope her exuberance gives Nozomi a little spark, at least.
あれあれは何だろ
Reptuna stops and starts sniffing at the air.
うのぞむこの匂いは何なのかな
Takoyaki.
たこ焼き何それ
She looks at me in confusion, so I point at the nearby stall. You're smelling the takoyaki they're selling there. You don't find stalls like this much anymore. I haven't seen too many on the streets in the last few years, but maybe it's still a thriving business in this world. We can't. I don't know if this world's money is the same as our world's.
食べたい食べたい
Don't be selfish.
お願い食べてみたいのねね
We really don't have time to be wandering around snacking. She's completely forgotten what we're supposed to be doing. You know, the reason we're here is... yes, Nozomi?
これがたこ焼き
Did she snag it? She holds them out in her hand to Reptuna and nods. She went to buy them while I was still arguing with Reptuna? But what money? Don't tell me she gave him our world's money. She takes out her wallet, maybe guessing what I was going to ask.
あっさり
Okay,
使
so
った
she
ぞ
didn't steal it.
やはりここは元々の世界と基本は何ら変わりないようだ
Strange. Thanks to Nozomi's surprising initiative, we know that at least we can use our money here. That should give us more ways to collect information.
ありがとうのぞみいただきますほ熱いでも美味しい
I'm glad. Let's go somewhere else once you're finished.
はーい美味しいあのぞむ
Hmm?
あーして
She lifts one of the balls up and pushes it against my lips. The smell does make my mouth water.
ほら口を開けてあーんこらのぞむまさかあーをするつもりなのか
What other choice do I have? She's not going to stop until I eat it. Fine, let's have it.
どうぞ
I'd be embarrassed if everyone else was around, but she's just going to keep at it until I do it. Let's wrap this up quickly so we can get back to searching for information. I steel myself and open my mouth for her. Nothing comes. What happened? I'd looked away because I was too embarrassed to look at her while she did this. Nozomi? Nozomi's chewing and there's a little bit of sauce on her lips. Reptuna's glaring at her. No doubt about it. She stole the takoyaki Reptuna was trying to feed me. Why? She's not reacting to anything. Did she just want to eat it?
何するのさせっかくのぞむが食べようとしてたのに恐るべき本能とでも言うべきか
Hey, don't get so mad.
だってじゃあもう一回のぞむあーん
Okay, so we're just gonna repeat the gag. But fine. We start over and she holds another takoyaki ball at me. Om nom nom. I don't look away this time and see the whole thing play out. Nozomi, you ate it in a single bite.
熱くないのか出来たてであろう
Now, don't worry about it. Come on, let's go.
意外なところで邪魔をされた。のぞみね、なかなかやるな。妙なライバル心を持ったようだぞ。
I'm curious if this scene is different if, like, you have affection points high with another character. Like, obviously Satsuki couldn't be here if she was your main, love interest, I assume anyway. I assume things wouldn't be drastically different. But like if Katima, say you had most affection points with Katima, I wonder if this scene would be different, or if it's always Ruptuna here. Just, obviously I wonder that because Ruptuna is the one who I have the most affection points with currently in the game. Ignore them. This is probably as good as the situation's going to get. At least I should be able to look around for some information now. Nozomi follows along behind me, but Ruptuna falls in stride next to her newfound rival. She's not getting excited about everything around her now. Maybe we can finally get something done. What? That didn't sound like her usual excited gasp, but something more serious. I follow after her to a few trees in a small park. She looks sad, though. I wonder why. She's muttering something while touching one of the trees.
この木がどうかしたのか？この木がね、苦しいって言ってるから。
The tree does?
もともと精霊たちと住んでいた分、植物の意志を感じることができるのかもしれんな。
Yeah, maybe.
この世界にある木々はどれも少し苦しそうだった。
She sits down at the roots of the tree. What are you doing?
せめて元気になれるように、しばらくそばにいてあげようよ。
What about gathering information?
いっぱい歩いたし、しばらく休憩しよう。ね。
She ignores me and stretches with her back against the tree. Nozomi also sits down next to her.
望む、やはりこいつと一緒に出かけた時点で間違っていたのではないか？
Leave it at that. Fine, Ruptuna, just for a little while. I shrug and sit down next to Ruptuna. This is pretty much identical to the world that I've known most of my life. But it feels feels new looking at it like this. Maybe it's because I've come back from seeing so many other worlds. Or maybe it's having someone with me to whom it's all new.
空気は汚れてるし、木は元気がないけど。
She talks quietly to nobody in particular.
住んでる人はみんな幸せそうに笑ってるね。
There are children running around happily, a little ways in the distance. Yeah, people are living happily wherever you go.
僕、望むの世界のことをもっとたくさん知りたいよ。
Okay, then once you're done resting, we can keep walking around.
そうきたか。
Despite her weary sigh, her soft tone doesn't change much. She gently leans against the tree and closes her eyes. Soon, she's sleeping peacefully. So much for giving it her all. She wore herself out with all the excitement and now needs a nap.
望む、少しは寝かせてやればどうだ？
I guess. I probably shouldn't wake her up for a little while. I know everyone's tired from all the fighting lately. It's really no wonder that she's exhausted. Absolutely no luck today then, I guess. Well, not much to do about it now.
よし、休憩にするならあれだ。どうせだから、我はコーラが飲みたいぞ。
No wasting money.
なんだとどうしたのだ？
Nothing really. I kind of expected that it'd turn out like this. Everyone was really curious about what kind of world this was. Even if we didn't get anything done, at least it went more or less how I thought it would. We've got to find her soon.
まあ、焦っても仕方のないことだ。さっさと寝るのだ。
I know, but still. Nozomi, You don't need to keep staring at me. Hey, what are you doing? She quietly tries to pull the blanket over me, still not saying anything. I should go to bed? She nods multiple times.
寝ることができないというわけでもないだろう。早く寝るぞ。我はもう寝る。
Hey, how does she fall asleep so fast? I think she's trying to tell me to follow Reime's lead. I let out a big breath, close my eyes, and try to fall asleep, but it's not that easy. When I open my eyes, Nozomi's quietly looking down at me. Can't just fall asleep. Do I have to? She nods clearly. It hurts me a little seeing her like this. Need to do something as soon as we can. Yeah. Alright. I'll go to sleep. Good night, Nozomi. Well, I'll try at least. Trying to force myself to sleep feels weird, but hopefully it'll make her feel better. If I can figure out how to do it. Nozomi's staring at me when I wake up, same as before. And actually, this seems like a good place to end off the episode before we get involved in another day of searching for Narukana. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series, and I will see you all next time.